Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither are any of these blokes. This is the Flying Elite from Pyroclan, Flying Elite in the brand new Object 432. 430U. The Object 430U, of course, replaced the Object 430 at Tier 10 in the Russian medium tank tech tree. The 430 dropped back to Tier 9, and if you were lucky enough to have it in your garage like I was, you ended up getting a Tier 9 tank for free, which you could sell, or if you had spare Russian crews floating around, you could opt to keep. I opted to sell it because I don't really keep too many Tier 9s. Let's have a look at the tank. It is a well, it's got it's found a few enemies. You can see the Flying Elite's got heat rounds loaded, which is premium ammunition in this tank. 122mm gun, 440 alpha damage, 340 penetration, 252 with AP rounds, which is standard. A lot of medium tanks at Tier 10 have APCR as standard, but it's AP in this one. You can see he's got what do you call it? Extra combat rations to help with his reload time, his aim time, his track repair, all that kind of stuff as a premium consumable. Now his top tier of this tank, it's a Tier 10 game with only 3 Tier 10 tanks on each team. He's lost half his hit points. That's why he's playing a little bit more cautious than you might be used to seeing the Flying Elite play in this Russian medium tank, the Object 430U. It has got it's got a decent amount of armour as well. He's already blocked 1140 hit points of damage, and he's pumped out 879 now with that second shot into the T-34. Looking at what's down that 1-2 line, looks like this is the part of the part of the map that he wants to contest. You can see the old mate Bucket from Yeti Clan in the 113. That's on the enemy team. Only two Tier 10 tanks remain. Of course, looks like artillery counter-arted the French auto-loading Tier 10 artillery, and of course that's going to help. Flying Elite will be pretty happy about that. That's one less tank that's going to be shooting at him. One zips a score. He's up to 1343 damage now on Cliff, and he's poking and trading quite well now. He did lose a little bit when he popped around a corner and spotted all those tanks. Looks like he was going to try and get the kill shot too on that T-34, but the Type 4 Heavy picked up the kill, bringing the score to 2-zip. Bucket from Yeti Clan on the other team is just kicking back there. He's on a little bit over half health, and that's probably why the Flying Elite's playing a little bit conservative. It's just going to have a look and see if that Type 4 wants to rush into all of those guns. Looks like he's going to try a different angle. 2-zip, 1343 damage done, 1140 damage blocked. A little bit of assisted damage when the artillery dropped a big turd on the enemy team's tanks. Of course, the enemy team don't have artillery anymore. The T-92 picked the spot well where that French arty was. Flying Elite falling back now. Looks like he's clearly looking at the hill, the lighthouse hill on Cliff. 823 hit points remaining. So he wants to, obviously you never want to die, but when you're top tier, I guess you've almost got a responsibility to stay alive when you're a medium tank. 2-1 is the score when you're any tank. Looks like he's hoping for the kill shot on the WZ-132. WZ-132 not silly enough to continue to poke over the top of there. In fact, he hasn't. Now he's been taken out by the Batchat 12T. 3-1's the score. The Flying Elite on 1798 damage. 1140 damage blocked. He's down to 823 hit points like we mentioned earlier. 3-2's the score. Lots of tanks on the enemy team still over there in the west. And it looks like, I reckon the Flying Elite's worked out. This is where the overmatch is, on the eastern side. There's just a Panther 2 at Tier 8. Centurion Action X at Tier 10. And I think it's a T-54 remaining on that hill. And Flying Elite's team's got plenty more tanks. Got the Batchat 12-2, the IS-3, the T-30, who's having a very aggressive push towards the southern part of that lighthouse hill. T-54, and of course, the Super Conqueror playing in the middle. Now, Flying Elite looks like he's changed his mind. He's going for where... There's at least 4 enemy tanks here. Some of them on reasonably low health. That one missed, but the T-69 is going to struggle to penetrate the Object 430U. The Object 430U, look, it's got Russian armour. Russian armour seems to be the best armour out there. Reasonably well angled at the front too, and he's using this dead guy as a little bit of cover, so that he's only really exposing his turret. I guess T-69's decided, hold my beer, I've got this. And he bounces the heat shell from the T-69, bringing his block damage up to 2,340. He's actually blocked more damage than he's done. Let's see if he can continue to do that in the medium tank. Shoots towards the T-69, bounces the T-69, switches to a heat round. I'm not sure if he had heat loaded then or AP. Of course, he wants to get rid of Yeti. Misses the shot towards the commander's hatch on the 113, the Chinese heavy tank. Looks like artillery's aiming at Bucket as well. The 110 says, rightio, I'm going to just give you my tank. And that's what he does. The 110 just gave the Flying Elite a free kill there. Nice shot into the side of Centurion Action X. Keep an eye on the heat rounds, because he did let me know that he actually runs out of heat rounds in this one. 8-5's the score. That's his second kill. Gets rid of that Centurion Action X. Always good to get rid of a tier 10. So his 2 kills will be the Action X and the M103. Bucket from Yeti puts a shot into the Flying Elite's tank. Takes him down to 333 hit points. This is where he needs to make a decision. He's going to continue this fight over here and possibly die, because he's only on 333 hit points. Now that you can see the Super Conqueror there, Frank Bob. I wonder if his name's Frank or Bob. He just got stunned, and now there's no enemy artillery. And that's one thing that can be frustrating, when friendly artillery either doesn't mark on the map where he's aiming, or he just chooses to shoot anyway, even though there are friendly tanks there. Shoots and bounces. It looked like it was a gun mantlet on the Jag Tiger, or some other part of the reasonably well armoured German T9 tank destroyer. 8-5's the score. 2,836 hit points of damage. Only 5 heat rounds left. It's going to be resorted to firing standard rounds, which you don't see much from the Flying Elite. Aim circle a little bit buggy there. 8-5 is the score on Swamp. 2,836 damage, 2,740 damage block, 1,364 assisted damage, as Frank Bob in the Super Conqueror gets the kill on that tier 9 Russian medium tank. Flying Elite deciding he's going to go for a little bit of surprise there, but the Batchat 25 TAP, the baby Batchat, is aiming as well. Bounces a shot from the Scorpion G, camping back there at the base like Scorpion Gs do. Shoots and misses the Batchat 25 TAP. This is where he probably should be switching to AP rounds, I would say, because of course heat rounds can get eaten up by the tracks. But that's just my opinion, and I'm nowhere near as good as a Flying Elite. He knows what he's doing. Don't worry about that. 113 is still alive. Is he going to go and try and get Bucket? Looks like he's not. Looks like he's going to leave the 113. Puts a shot into the side of the Jag Tiger. Only 1 heat round left. That's what I meant when I was talking about possibly switching to AP rounds. He's out of premium ammunition now. And the only enemy tank that he might really need it on is probably the 113. But let's see how he goes. He just misses out on another shot into the Jag Tiger at tier 9. 113 goes down to Frank Bob in the Super Conqueror, and that just leaves two tank destroyers. The Jag Tiger at tier 8 and the ISU 152 at tier 9. There's going to be 2 more replays featuring the Object 430U. After this one, as long as the voice holds out, I'm featuring Bolagnaise and my old mate TimBob from 1ER Clan. Flying Elite doing probably the opposite of what I would do here. This is where I normally stuff up and decide, yep, I want to go forward and get some more damage and properly get taken out. Anyway, like ISU 152 clearly aiming the Flying Elite's way. Gets that shot in with a standard round, no problems whatsoever. He's got the rock between him and the ISU, and in the end a comfortable win. 15-8, wasn't looking that comfortable when he was over here in the donut early on, but a very, very good win from the old mate, the Flying Elite from Pyro Clan in the Object 430U, the brand new tier 10 Russian medium tank. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, no surprise there. Spotter Medal, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Confederate, Steel Wall, High Caliber, thank you very much. Not enough heat shells, that's what I was talking about when he mentioned that in the replay description. 4,811 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1118 base experience. That's pretty low for an ace tanker, but you'll take it, no worries. He certainly carried that one. 4,811, 23 shots fired, 19 hits, 13 went through, so he did bounce a few shells, even with the heat rounds. There was a shot on the Jag Tiger, and there was probably more. Cost him a packet though. Look at that. Cost him nearly 73,000 credits. That's with a premium account. He's 104,000 for ammunition, let alone the premium consumables that he had to use up. But look, not too bad. Was it worth it? What do you think? I reckon it was. I reckon a replay like that's got to be worth it here at Get On Board Studios. As we move on to the second game in this triple shot of Object 430U action. This is my old mate Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan. Of course, you can check out Bolagnaise on Twitch. Link will be down the bottom. Very, very good tanker indeed. Of course, don't forget to check out Flying Elite on YouTube as well. He puts out some pretty good stuff as a community contributor on the Asia Australia server. Here we go. It's Swamp Bolagnaise from Yeti. Not sure if I went through the gun stats. He's got a little bit more heat rounds loaded. He's not going to be running out anytime soon. 440 average damage, 340 penetration. That's with heats. And AP rounds, 252, which is... That's probably not too bad, I guess, for a tier 10. But the thing about this tank is, I reckon, is the armour. Even the old Object 430, which I didn't have many games in when it was tier 10. I bought it when... I don't know when I bought it, but anyway. It was... It did seem to bounce a hell of a lot of shots. Beautiful shot into the side of the Object 257. That's another brand new tank. Brand new tier 9 Russian heavy tank. T-54E1. He got caught a little bit napping there. I don't think... looks like he's going to get more shots into the auto-loading American medium tank. The Object 430 Mark II, which is the tier 8, picked up the kill on that occasion. Yeah, the Object 430 Mark II is going to lead to a brand new, coming soon medium tank. Hasn't been announced yet. Let's see. Time will tell, I guess. Same as the T10 will now lead to a different heavy tank, apart from the 257 will lead to the IS7, or does now that the patch is out, and the T10 will lead to something completely different. So I've rebought it and started grading credits, experience to try and unlock a new tank. You're going to love it when a new tank comes out, that's for sure. Anyway, 1-zip's the score. Bolagnaise has picked up 1827 damage already. Looking for a cheeky shot into the turret of the 257. That's not going to work. 257's, like a lot of Russian heavies, known for their armour. That's probably why they're called heavies. Anyway, 1-zip's the score. He's decided to stop sniping on that heavy tank and realised there's quite a few bad guys over here to shoot. Puts a shoal into the Leopard PTA, that was. Gets that shot into the 257. 2 1s a score. That's 2,681 damage already. And he's just looking for cheap shots into this Object 257. Luckily for Bolagnaise, none of these guys up here are really going to... They're really having a dip, are they? They're just sort of sitting back and waiting. I'm not sure what they're waiting for, all these tanks. I doubt they'd have shots down here. And now it's time for Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan just to start farming a little bit of damage into these tanks that are... Well, they're right next to him, but they just don't seem to be interested in shooting. I reckon he was aiming for the Leopard then, but he picked up the... Was he aiming for the Skoda 250 or was he aiming for the Leopard? Common sense would probably say that he was going for the kill, but it looked to me like he was aiming for the Leopard. Anyway, the score's 5-2. Bolagnaise has got 2 kills. He's up to 4,274 damage, and wow, this is just... It looks like he's playing World of Tanks on easy mode, doesn't he? But I guess that's what good players do, make it look easy. Looking for the kill shot on the French light tank. Doesn't quite catch it. Artillery decides, you shoot me, I'm going to shoot you. So Bolagnaise says, no worries. No, he doesn't say no worries. It just goes a little bit high. Of course, the gun is Russian, so it's not going to be the most accurate gun you've ever seen in your life. And have a look at this. He's just pumping out the damage here. 5,189 damage already. And he's not doing this... He's not doing this from the back line. He's right up the front. He's right where it all seems to happen. But there's just tanks that don't seem to be... they're just ignoring him, aren't they? Even this guy here, clearly ignoring Bolagnaise in the Object 432. He's looks like he's trying to shoot this IS-4. Bolagnaise says, hello, P75, Sergeant Potato. That's not a bad in-game name. I'm tipping by Bol's ping. This is on the Australian server. You do see some funny in-game names on the Aussie server, that's for sure. 6 alls a score, 6,083 damage done. So he's still going to have to do a little bit more if he's going to carry this one. You'd think with that amount of damage, you'd think they'd be winning by a country mile, but no, only up by 1 now that Bol's picked up the kill on the Object 257. Looking towards the Badger, looking for a weak spot. Very good, very patient in his aiming. Of course, you've got to be with Russian tanks, I guess. The Russian tanks they're not known for their accuracy, especially this one. That one just went maybe a little bit high. 2 friendly tanks go down. Now it's even again, 8 all. Bolagnaise on 3 kills. Only 1 friendly tank remaining has any kills whatsoever. Now they're down by a tank. 8-9. This is it's getting out of control. He starts to ping the help key. He's starting to think... He's probably thinking, if these guys all push on me, I'm dead and we lose. But they just don't seem to be pushing. No idea where that shot went onto that British heavy tank. Looking towards the light tank. 8-9 is the score. There's the FV. What's his name? Feral Burn. I thought it said Feral Bum there for a minute. Anyway, 8-9's the score. He's looking towards the object, the FV215B. Gets a shot into him. That brings his damage up to 6,770. And I reckon that's the first shot that the enemy's actually put into him and given damage. He's blocked 1,700 though, to be fair. So some of them have been shooting at him, but this would be a good kill if you can land the shot. 9-all's the call. The T10 goes down. The E75 shoots Bol in the front. Looking for the kill shot. That should be it. There you go. That's his 4th kill. 10-9 the score. That's the first time they've been ahead for a little while. And now they're starting to realise, hang on, what's this Russian medium tank up here? What's he doing? He's just smashing us. He's absolutely owning us in this very good position. Not Bol's fault at all, but the enemy team just have not... They've let him run riot for far too long. Nearly 7,000 damage done. We know this is going to be an ace tanker. Goes for the tracking shot on the Badger. Loses the loader. The score's 10-all. He's only got 2 heat rounds left. It looks like he's going to try and load them. Looking for a different angle on that Badger. He's had a lot of trouble getting through that Badger. The Object 268 version 4 has just picked up the kill on the British heavy tank, the FV215B. Now that's the special British tank now, isn't it? That's not the standard. Glad he didn't pull the trigger there. The artillery did a very good job there. Got rid of that Badger. Could he see that Bol was having a little bit of trouble with him? Now Bol knows he's just fired that E75. Shoots and bounces the E75. 12-10 is the score. Not the best luck with some of his shots. Finally penetrates. Picks up his 5th kill. 14-10 now. Just one enemy tank remaining, and that's the RU-251. I don't think he's been seen for some time. I think he's been back here trying to snipe shots. He might have gone up the 9-0 line. If he's worked out where all Bol's team's tanks are, he might have seized the opportunity to go up the 9-0 line and try and get rid of artillery. Let's see how he goes. Bolagnaise has a quick look around the cap circle. No, he's not there. Still got 784 hit points up his sleeve. 7,193 hit points of damage done. The T92 pings a help key, which often means he's been spotted. And that could be what the RU-251 has done. As my voice starts to die. Wow. Do it. Let's do one more replay after this one, Stewie. Bol wants the top gun. You can see the Object 268 version 4 and the other Object 430U both going towards the southeast. Tortoise looks like Tortoise is thinking, I'm far too slow to catch this RU-251. I'm going to sit on this cap. Or maybe he's heading towards where the RU-251 was last lit, unbeknown that Bolagnaise has already cleared that area out as far as searching goes. So we've got these two down here, looking down here. Bol's already been down in the south and the southeast. Moving up here, where could this RU-251 be? Bol wants a top gun. That's why he's not going to sit on the cap and try and cap this one out. We'll quicken it up a bit because we do have another replay to do after this one. And let's see if we can find that pesky little Tier 9 German light tank. Looking. Still can't find him. I hope he hasn't drowned himself. We're running out of map. Tortoise not interested in trying to chase down the RU-251. RU-251's coming towards Bolagnaise. Bolagnaise is heading straight for him. He knows he can win this fight if he can catch this RU-251. He's got 50 seconds before the Tortoise caps it out. Where did he go? He's not that quick, surely. Here he is, the RU-251. There's no escaping now. Puts a shot into him. Confirms the top gun. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad it didn't just end up being a boring old cap out. I haven't seen this replay before, but that was a comprehensive win from Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan. In the Object 430U. Bit of a tongue twister for me to say, but very, very well-deserved Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Confederate Medal, Steel Wall, High Caliber, Top Gun, Yule Building. 7,890 damage, 6 kills, 1,367 base experience. He fired 34 shots, 29 hit, 20 went through. Cost him some credits, but not as much as the Flying Elite's one. 56,500 credits. Only had to pay 10,000 for consumables. That tells me that he probably had a few up his sleeve. Bought them while they're on half price. That's what I try to do anyway. But not a bad result. 10 minutes, 34 shots fired, 29 hit, 20 did damage. So there's a number of... He did have a little bit of trouble penetrating that. It was the Badger, and there was a few shots that weren't quite aimed properly, or RNG might have got in the way, but nearly 8,000 damage. Nothing wrong with that at all. 3,500 damage blocked by armour. 1,291 assisted damage for that ace tanker in that 10-minute game. Let's move on to the third and final replay, featuring the brand new shiny Russian Tier 10 medium tank, the Object 430U. This is from the old mate TimBob from 1AR clan. TimBob, this time we're on airfield. And I'm tipping this is on the ANZ server as well. Looking at his ping, he's heading straight for where all the action happens. I'm just going to make the map a little bit bigger, just so I can see it properly. Finds the RU-251. I hope it's not the same guy. Sergeant Louis Tiburcio. That's an interesting in-game name for the enemy RU-251. TimBob kicking back here, doesn't have to worry about artillery, and this is something that the Object 430U can often do. And I'm not talking about sniping the RU-251, but in this position, in the position where the heavy tanks might normally duke it out, especially in a game like this where there's only 3 Tier 10 tanks on each team. You could certainly bully those Tier 8 heavies. Oh, it's only the AMX 5100 in the low, and a lot of tank destroyers. Scorpion, geez, fucking everywhere. What's going on there? Were they on special not too long ago? Or they just come out in the premium shop? Who knows? Looks like he's hoping to pick up a kill on that RU-251. He's down to pretty low hit points. TimBob just kicking back there, waiting for the kill shot on that RU. I'm not sure if it might even be worth a blind shot there. It could be sitting right there. It could be aiming at him as we speak. Let's see if we can. Can't really zoom in any further. There he is. Pops out. No, that's not going to go through. No artillery to bomb the RU-251. Someone's hitting him though. It'll be these TDs back there. Down to 59 hit points. Oh, even a HE round just to the sides of these rock. Maybe might pick him up because he's on pretty low health. TimBob patiently wants to get rid of that RU-251. Then I'm tipping he's going to have some kind of an aggressive push into the middle of the map, but unfortunately just finally gets that kill. It cost him 2.5 minutes though of this game, but luckily they're winning 2-0, so there's no sense of urgency. 2-1 now. The T-34 goes down to the Centurion. 7-1. There's another tank destroyer. Now not another tank destroyer. There's tank destroyers all over the place in this game. But the Rimby Borsig, the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, you can see TimBob switching to HE rounds. HE does 530 damage with a hell of a lot less pen, 68 penetration compared to 440. So an extra 90 hit points of damage for a lot less penetration. Of course, the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger doesn't have any armour. It's made out of cardboard at the top of those little bits that he's just trying to aim at. But of course the Russian did that hit? No, it didn't hit. Picked up 681 assisted damage though, so something certainly hit him. He's down to 400 hit points. SU-14-2, that's interesting. Artillery on TimBob's team picks up the kill on the Rheinmetall Borsig, the Rimby Borsig, but no arty on the enemy team, which is handy when you're in a tank like the Object 430U, which can be used as a heavy tank, I guess you could say. Gets a damage AMRAC from the low. He wants to get rid of this T110E4 though. This is why he's pushed. Of course, it's easy shots into the back of the Tier 10 tank destroyer. Object 268 version 4 picks up the kill. Gets shot by the J Panther. Of course, the J Panther's back here sniping with the 244. Gets a damage AMRAC again. Now, that's something he won't be able to fix for another minute. But they're winning 6-1. So he just needs to stay alive here. Staying alive. 120 hit points up his sleeve. Bounces a shot from the Scorpion G. Maybe the Scorpion G knows that he's still reloading. Maybe he's got that perk which tells you that modules are damaged. Anyway, picks up his second kill, gets rid of the Scorpion G. AMRAC's still damaged for another 40 odd seconds, so he's got that really shit reload. He can't be too aggressive anyway. He's really got to bide his time as his team lead 8-2. 2,355 damage done. Nearly 2,500 assisted damage. Looking towards this J Panther. Blind shot works, picks up the kill on the tier 8 tank destroyer. Waits for that gun to reload. By the time it's reloaded, he should be able to fix his AMRAC now. But of course, he hasn't got many hit points left up his sleeve. 120 is not much. Doesn't matter what tier you're playing. 120 hit points is not too much at all. Not going for the heat rounds, TimBob from 1AR. He's on 3 kills. He's on at least 2,500 damage done. Of course, the damage counter didn't count the Jag. Rightio, now we can fix his AMRAC. Quick tap at the 4 key. Does that. I'm more a 5 key kind of guy myself, but never mind. 10-3 is the score. Looking at maybe another kill shot on the Scorpion G. Shoots and misses. Doesn't matter though, because his AMRAC's fixed and he can well, doesn't have to wait for an hour and a half for that thing to reload. 3 kills, 2,500 damage done, 2,500 assisted damage. Only 490 damage blocked, so that tells me he probably wasn't angling his arm up fantastically over there in the middle, but he certainly helped his team win that middle push. You can see the heavier tanks rolling through now. Puts a shot into the back of the Centurion 7-1. Centurion 7-1 feels like he's got a kill shot. Will the Bulldog do it, or will TimBob do it? TimBob will do it. That's his 4th kill. 12-3 is the score in Airfield. 3,000 damage done now. 2,500 assisted damage. Good job. Good job to the M41 Walker Bulldog coming in to try and save TimBob's life. You can see that Centurion was aiming TimBob's way in the 430. He's hoping for a shot on the enemy object 430U. He looks like he's had a pretty good game, that enemy 430U. He's just picked up 2 kills. He's on 3 kills. C54 Mod 1 was last spotted in this area as well. There you go. There's kill number 5 for TimBob. Can he get a top gun out of this? His 6th sense has just gone off. That would have been the guy who he just killed. There's a... well, there you go. The M4151 just crashed. T54 Mod 1's clearly no longer down here. TimBob looking for a top gun. Looking over there. Doesn't really need to look over there. The Udas and the Scorpion G should be doing that. 6th sense goes off. I'm tipping he's back there. I reckon that's where he's going to be. And I haven't watched this replay yet. I only got this replay the other day. I do generally do replays in the order that people send them to me. So if you're wondering where yours might be, that's what I generally do. But in this occasion, because it's a new tank, and I already... What did he do that for? Oh, wasn't looking where he was going. Well... wasn't looking where he was going, and Ram killed the Oods. The Oods on sweet fuck. Oh, look at this prick! Look at this. Was he trying to drown himself? Not sure. The Object 2684 gets the kill, ends up in the drink himself. They don't get to cap it out, which is good. TimBob with 4.5 kills. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. It was a good ace though, wasn't it? Fucking hell. Ace take it mastery badge, spotter medal, bruiser, duelist, fighter, fight for effect. Didn't know about that poor Oods driver. I hope he's okay. Ironheart 97. Shout out to him. I'm sure he had a good game. Oh, then again, maybe not. TimBob topped the score charts there. 3,612 damage, 4 kills, 1,103 base experience. That's even less than the Flying Elite, but it was still enough for an ace. And this is pretty early on, I guess, when the Object 430U first came out. 17 shots fired, 12 hit, 11 went through. Killed that poor old Oods driver. He'd had a rough time as well, and did. Wow, gee, Kelly got 3rd. Gee, how's that? But was he trying to drown himself? Who knows? Who knows? Made some coin next. He wasn't firing heat rounds all day long. Just missed out on a top gun. That would have been. Oh, I don't know. Would you have got the top gun having killed the Oods? Do you still get it? Do you have to? Who knows? Nearly 15,000 credits after tax. Premium account, tier 10, 17 shots fired, 12 hit, 11 did damage, 36, 12. A lot of assisted damage too, 2,500. That would have certainly helped with that ace. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Don't forget to check out Bolagnaise on Twitch, Flying Elite on YouTube, and of course, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the replays. Hit the subscribe button for crying out loud. We're going for 1,000 subs. If we get 1,000 subs, we'll be giving away some free shit later on in the year. Thanks again for watching. Take care and see you all next time.